In this presentation, we will discuss temperature and heat. These concepts are very important in physics and are closely related to our daily life, even though we often don't realize it. The first learning objective is students can explain the difference between temperature and heat. As we can see in this figure, temperature is a measure of how hot or cold an object is, so it only shows the condition of the object. Meanwhile, heat is thermal energy that can move from one object to another. Usually, heat flows from a hotter object to a cooler one, so temperature is about measurement, while heat is about energy transfer. Second, students can explain how thermometer work in measuring body temperature. A thermometer works based on the expansion of liquid due to heat. When it's placed in a hot environment, the liquid inside air pumps heat, expands, and rises. This rise indicates the temperature. The same process happens when we measure body temperature, where the thermometer detects body heat and converts it to a readable value. Students can analyze the relationship between heat and changes in the state of matter. A substance can change its state when it absorbs or releases heat. For example, a solid can melt into a liquid when it gains heat, and a liquid can evaporate into gas. On the other hand, gas can condense into liquid, and the liquid can freeze into solid when heat is released. This process shows how important heat is in changing the form of matter. Students can illustrate past changes of matter based on the concept of heat. For instance, boiling occurs when a liquid continuously absorbs heat until it turns into gas. Freezing happens when a liquid loses heat and becomes solid. Evaporation also occurs when a liquid gains enough air free escape into the air. So the presence or absence of heat determines the type of change. And after that, students can classify heat transfer process. There are three types of heat transfer. Conduction happens in solid without the movement of particles. Convection occurs in liquid and gas, where the particles move along with the heat, and radiation is different because it doesn't need a medium and can transfer heat through electromagnetic waves like heat from the sun. Students can identify examples of heat transfer around them. In everyday life, we can easily find examples. When a metal spoon becomes hot in hot water, it's conduction. When water boils and moves up and down, it's convection. And when we feel the heat from sunlight, it's a radiation. This example helps us understanding how heat transfer happens around us. And the last one, students can analyze the role of heat in natural processes. Heat plays a major role in the water cycle. The sun heats water on the Earth's surface, causing it to evaporate. The vapor then cools and condenses into cold, and eventually falls as rain. This continuous process depends on heat energy from the sun. And after that, students can analyze how surface color affect heat absorption. Dark colored surface absorb more light and convert it into heat, making them warmer. In contrast, light-colored surfaces reflect most of the light, so they absorb less heat. This is why dark clothing feels hotter when exposed to sunlight. And the last learning objective is students can analyze how heat transfer affects different materials. Different materials respond differently to heat. Metals heat up quickly because they can transfer heat easily. Meanwhile, materials like wood and plastic heat up more slowly because they're insulator. This is why they're often used to protect us from heat, such as in handles and cooking tools. In conclusion, temperature and heat are different but closely connected concepts. By understanding them, we can explain many processes in our daily life, from simple activities to natural phenomena.